Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to be discussed about the text field in Java. A text field is a basic text control that enable the user to type a small amount of text. When the user I- indicates that text entry is complete by using pressing enter. The text field fires an action event if you need to obtain more than one line of input from the user. So you can use text area. So the object of a JTextField class is a complete component that allow the editing of a single line text, and it inherits the JText component class. We just come to the coding example of this JTextField. So as usual, I just import a library of Java Swing and then define the main method, and in the main method I just write the strings and the arguments. Now here JFrame, and create an object to JFrame which is new JFrame, and here the frame title is text field. Okay, and after that JText field which is T1 and T2, then T1 which is equal to new JText field, and which is welcome to my Java course. Okay, and then I just write J text, sorry here T dot T1 dot set the boundaries and set bounds which are 50 on x-axis, 50 on 100 on y-axis, and then 200 width and 30 is the height. Now T2 which is equal to new J text field, and here I just write swing. Okay, and now here T2 dot set bounds where we have the value of 50, 150, 200 and 30. So f dot add, so add the components here which is T1 and T1, and then I just write f dot add which is T2. Okay, and now after that, as usual, I just set the size of this screen, means frame which is 400 x 400, and then f dot set layout, sorry it's layer panel, and set layout, and which is null, and f dot set visible which is true. Now just check the output, and here you can see we have the text field, and in the text field I just write the welcome to my Java course and then swing. So also we can add anything in this text field. You can see here you can edit these text field, and you can take the multiple lines of input from the user, you can see here. So now we just see one another example with Java text field as an action listener. Now I just import java x dot swing library and import java dot awt dot event library. Now we just implement and this class with action listener. Okay, and then here I just write j text j text field, which is tf1 and tf2 and tf3. We have the three text fields here, and now j button, which is b1 and b2, and then text, which is the field, and it's a method, so I just copy this one and then create the method to it, and afterwards I just write j frame, and the j frame here is f is equal to new j frame. So I just create an object to the frame, and tf1 is equal to new j text field. Okay, and then tf1 dot set boundaries, and which is 50, 50, 150 and 20. Okay, I just copy this text and then paste it here for 2 and for 3, means text field 2 and text field 3, and this is the text field 3. Okay, so now I just change this text field boundaries, and this is 100 axis. Okay, and this is on yes. Okay, now I just write tf3 dot set editable. So this is a text component, so I just write that editable is false here. Okay, and b1, which is equal to new j button, which is plus, and here b1 dot set boundaries, which is 50, 250 and 50. Okay, and b2, and which is equal to new j button, and then it's minus. So one button is for plus additions and one for subtraction. Now b2 dot set boundaries, and the boundaries here is 120, 250 and the 50. Okay, and b1 dot add action listener, so this is this, so I just use this with the action listener, this keyword, and then action listener for b2, and then f dot add tf1, and which is this one, and then for button number 2 and button number 3, so button 2 and the button number 3 here, and then here I just write f dot this is for the text field. Now the button number b1 and then b2, I just add these values for text field 1, text field 2, text field 3, button number 1 and button number 2. Now f dot set here a size set size. Okay, so the set size is 300 x 300, so this is the frame size, and then f dot set layout, so the layout here is null and then f dot set visible, which is true. And now here I just write public void and action performed and action event, which is e. So this is the exceptions here, and then I just write a string for s1, which is equal to text field 1 dot get text. So it will take the text from text field 1, and then string number 2, which is equal to text field number 2 dot get text from this one, and then integer a, which is equal to integer dot parse int. So the question here is, what is the integer dot parse int? So the integer dot parse int is a Java method which is used to primarily in parsing a string method argument into an integer object. The integer object is a wrapper class for the int parameter data types of the Java API. Now we just turn to our own topic, which is the text field using action listener. And now integer b, which is equal to integer dot parse integer, and here I just pass the string s3. And you can also say when we get values from the string, so we just use the integer dot parse int. So integer c, which is equal to 0. Okay, now I just use the if statement for exception e dot get source, and I just get the source, which is equal to b1. Okay, sorry, b1. Okay, and now c, which is equal to a plus b, and then we just go to the else if condition. So e dot get source, and which is equal to b2, and then c, which is equal to a minus b. Okay, and after that I just write a string, and a string is the result of, which is equal to a string dot value of c. Okay, and then text field 3 dot set text and result. Okay, and at the last the main method public static void main, and then a string arguments. So new text, and sorry, I just copy this one. So new action listener, and this is the method to create this class. Okay, now we just check the output. Our code is complete here, and you can see 20 and 20. So I just add this value, so it will give me the answer in text field number 3. And when I just click on the subtraction, so this is 0. So 120 minus 80, and when you just add this value, so 120. So what we does actually do here, first of all we just create a class which is the action listener JTextField, and it's implement the action listener here. We just import the two libraries, which is swing and awt events. Then we just create our text fields, mean 3 text field here. So I just run this code. Yes, 3 text fields, 1, 2 and 3. Then frame f, which is equal to new frame, means I just create this frames and object to the frame and set the boundaries of the frame. Then set the boundaries of this text field, means tf1. Then tf2 means text field 2 and the text field 3. Okay, Then I just remove that there is no editable in this text field number 3. Then create two buttons for positive and negative and set the boundaries to it. Then I just define the action listener and use this keyword. Then I just add these all values like tf1, tf2, tf3, b1 and b2 and set the size. Layout is not relative and other, so I just define null. And then f.set visible, which is true. Then public void action performed and action event e. So exception here. Then string I just take a string which is tf1 and tf2, and then int a which is equal to int dot parse to get the string, and in parse int which is int 2. So I just take c as a 0 and then get source mean I just get source from this event, okay, which is b1 and then b2. So it will simply get the source from button number 1 and button number 2, and then string will show us the result in the text field 3. So at the last, I just create new action listener as a method and run this code. So this is the output of this code. So thanks for watching this JTextField. See you in next lecture.